Hey everybody, and welcome to Digimon Time Strangers. Now you may be asking yourself, is this going to be the next Jake Plays? No. Simply because we're still doing Chronos the New Dawn as the recording of this video, basically. However, I did promise that I was going to do a Digimon Time Stranger video / live stream, but I figured, in terms of video, we'll do a first impressions, more or less. So going over just a couple key things real quick. We're right at the main menu, duh. But I can definitely say I love the look of this game. It is so good. It's a very good cell shaded, it's very nice looking, it's, it doesn't hurt the eyes. Honestly, it looks fantastic. Now over here, or of course on the main screen, we have the Continue New, Online Store, Options, and Exit Game. We're going to look at Options real quick and kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at. So here we have the game settings, we have the screen brightness, minimap display, rotation, vertical camera movement. These are all sensitivity, basically, and, you can switch it to... Doesn't seem to be... There we go. So you have to click on it, yeah. Minimap display, you can invert things, you can also change camera sensitivity, auto dialogue, advance, and vibration, because this is a RPG. And we have language and sound settings, pretty typical here. You got your game language, character voices, master volume, which I have at a 3, just because it can be very loud, sound effect volume, pretty well everything you expect. Here I have my borderless window. My resolution is 2560 by 1440 because I have a 1440p monitor. Frame rate, it only goes up to 144. Not a huge deal. I don't know why I have VSync still on. Probably turn that off. A bunch of these settings that I usually turn off, such as the depth of field, the bloom, fog, reflections, ambient coalition. Well, I mostly turn off bloom and volumetric fog, and depth of field because it hurts my eyes after a while. Character density, high. Yes. Of course, you have your keyboard config. You could pretty well do everything here, changing all of your different keybinds. Pretty neat. You could do that. I haven't exactly changed much, simply because I play on controller, mostly, believe it or not. Because controller feels more natural when playing this kind of game. There's certain games that I play with mouse and keyboard, and certain games that I play with just controller. This is definitely one of them, because it's a lot easier to bumble my way through. We have the privacy policy, and these don't really matter much. That's pretty cool. That's pretty well all the game settings. We're going to go ahead and jump into the game. We're going to try and avoid spoilers, because I know some people are still playing it. I haven't had much time to play it, so I'm only, maybe 10 hours in. Some people have, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours in. And it's... I'm jealous, but only because I haven't had much time. So let's go ahead and hit continue. I accidentally called my dude Dan for some reason. Which I do tend to remedy that, but I just haven't had exactly a lot of time. Like I said, I mostly played it while I was right off the rip. So as you see, the visuals of this game already is fantabulous. It's fantastic. I love when games do cel-shaded instead of trying to shoot for hyper-realistic. Also, the game is very responsive in just how it feels. Honestly, especially when you're just controlling your main character. I'm not going to get too deep into the story, but you play as an agent, and the game reminds you of that. a lot. So as you see, like I said, visuals are great. I love it a lot. You have different things that you see on the bottom right of the screen. You have shortcuts, analysis, and Digivice. Shortcuts, if you hit up on the D-pad, shows you your current setup. As you can see, I have a lot of champion level Digimon. That's pretty neat. We're gonna get into Convert. Now, as you see, I probably should have restarted, but you see what I'm saying. You have your shortcuts, which if you go up, shows your setup. You go right, is your Digiline. You go down, there's your Convert. And if you go to the left, that is your current missions, basically. Now, my only gripe with this game so far is the way that the sort of UI is set up. Like, as you can see there, you have to, like, move all the way out instead of just being able to just get right out of it. Analysis allows you to analyze your environment looking for stuff, basically. This is sort of a get-out-of-jail-free card when you're running around the environment and looking for stuff. And if you miss something, or if it's something particular, you could just hit analysis. There you go. Pretty cool. Then, of course, your main one, the Digivice. As you can see, it is a very, what I can say as very good very good manual, basically. So I'm going to go over each one of these. We've kind of already seen it, but I'll go it one by one. You have your Digimon, which you have Setup, Convert, Digivolution, Load Enhancements, and Return to Data. Now, like I said, Setup is sort of like where you set up your team. You also can go in and swap out skills and abilities and also equipment that they have. As you can see on the right-hand side, you know, Geo Greymon here has his attack, defense, I think intelligence, special, and speed. Very good. Like it a lot. And of course, Raptormon, Garurumon Black, because I have the pre-order edition, because as much as to say, don't pre-order things, I did the bad thing and pre-ordered. So, sue me, I guess. I don't know. But up here you have your current members and plus guest members. Down here is like your box where it shows all of the Digimon that you have collected so far. So, that's pretty neat. And it makes it a lot easier to swap things out. If you just want to swap it out, you could just click, and then click, and there you go. The good thing is, it sorts by level, which is pretty cool, but you can also swap sorting by type, by attribute. It's really interesting. As you see, I have so many so far. Up to Convert, you can actually... This is how you get new monster or new Digimon, is by converting them. You don't catch them. You just analyze them in the field, and the more you analyze, that scan right over there next or below all of your health and SP and stats and stuff like that, your scan rate, if you have 100%, you can convert it. If you have 200%, they will oftentimes come with a new learnable ability, so on and so forth, and their stats will be better, which is pretty neat. So it kind of encourages you to go in and sort of grind out that certain Digimon so you can get one with better stats, better abilities, that kind of stuff. It's really neat. I like it. I definitely say you have a bit more control over your own Digimon than you do if you were playing Pokemon, for example. Here you have a lot more to say and do with your Digimon, which is really, really neat. Now, we don't have any at 200%. We can show Gizamon real quick. Gizamon, this is how you convert. Kind of go over that real quick. It always plays a really fun animation whenever you're converting a Digimon. It goes from an egg into a Digimon. I just love the look They put so much detail into it. It's not even funny. It's so good. So that's how you convert. Going down to Digivolution real quick. Oh boy. So Digivolution is how you evolve your creatures. Or your Digimon. Sorry. I keep saying creatures. It's Digimon. As you can see, I have a total of 7 that can be Digivolved. Let's go over here to Kapurimon. Now, certain Digimon can only evolve when they have certain personality traits. Like I said, personality traits. As you can see here, the requirements is requiring Agent rank 1 or higher. We'll go over that in just a minute. 200 defense or greater, which is, of course, one of your stats. So we're going to go ahead and Digivolve Kapurimon into... I believe this is... God, I don't remember the name. But it's all... Unless you've encountered the Digimon before, it's always going to be a mystery. So as you see here, it just Digivolved into... Haguramon. There you go. Which is a gear-type Digimon. Now, speaking on this real quick, the different types that Digimon have up there beneath its name plays in line with its sort of typing advantage, so on and so forth. As you can see, it's a Virus Machine Rookie, which is pretty cool, and you can see the Attribute Resistance and the Elemental Resistance. So Haguramon is, since he is Virus, he is weak to Vaccine, and he has a bonus against Data Digimon. Right up there. If you can see right there, Attribute Resistance. Elemental Resistance means he is... resistant to fire. Wait, I'm looking at this real quick. Let's see. So... try to remember here. He's good against Data, bad against Vaccine. He is... Oh god, this is big brain shit. My brain... I just woke up. And I woke up not only maybe an hour ago. But... yeah, you get the gist. With that being said, that's how you Digivolve. Pretty neat. Going on down to load enhancements. This is how you convert Digimon into XP, basically. So you can select a base Digimon, and then you can load other Digimon into it to up its XP, basically. Which is pretty neat. But honestly, if you want a more varied team, this is basically how, if you just grind out Digimon and you have ones you don't want anymore, you could literally just sacrifice them to your bigger Digimon and help them get more experience. Then you have Return to Data. These Digimon, like it says, select to convert into yen. So you can basically convert them back in the data, get them for money. Kind of savage. Moving on to Agent. Of course, you see Agent Skills, Cross Arts, Cards, Costumes, and Field Guide. Agent Skills is kind of like your primary, skill tree. Now, what that means is if you have... rearranging my thoughts real quick. Going back to Digimon real quick. You see how they have a certain personality right over there on the right side beneath the speed stat? Personality is strategic. And that leads into the Agent Skills, which falls under Bond of Wisdom. Bond of Wisdom, you can up... Basically, it's like you can give your Digimon... stat upgrades, depending on if you have that upgraded or not. So as you see here, I have Body Boost. If I spend 30 more, I can get it to where the boosts the XP of Astute, Strategic, Enlightened, and Sly Digimon by 30%. Now, SP is what you use to cast abilities for Digimon, which we'll go over when we get over the battling. Of course, as you can see, this is like a big tree, and how you get more of these anomaly points right there is by completing side quest and completing main quest, which is pretty neat. So the more agents or anomaly points you get, your agent rank will go up. And there's a total of 10 ranks. Yeah. It's a JRPG, alright, because you're going to grind your ass off just trying to get there. So, just using wisdom, each one has a different stat, like loyalty, valor, philanthropy. God, I can't... Amicability. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Wisdom. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. Cross arts happen during combat, basically. So this is sort of like your Digivice turns into the gun you see, basically. And you could use it to either deal more damage or deal major damage, always hits via target, or field, where it will up the 50% boost to attack, defense, intelligence, SPI, and speed for 2 turns, which I commonly use. Then you have cards, because the game actually includes, like, a card battling system, which I have not tried yet. Yeah, I don't know if we'll try in this video, honestly, because I haven't even played it yet. Then you have your costumes, which some of these you get from the pre-order and just some microtransactions, which is pretty neat. And you also have your default Adamus costume, which looks tacky AF. Your field guide, which has all the Digimon you've encountered and converted so far. And there is a lot. I think there's a total of 475 Digimon in this game total. Yeah. It's pretty wild. There's a lot. Moving over to your inventory, you have your basic HP, capsules, spray, medical spray, you name it. Basically anything you can recover your Digimon's health and just basic everything. You have your enhancements, which have, like... Of course, you can enhance Digimon with HP, SP, you name it. However, that won't affect when you're trying to Digivolve them. This is your specials. This is, you can be sold for high price. These are more equipment that you can use to give to your Digimon. Of course, these are textures for crafting. This is for your Digifarm, which we'll go over later. And then item packs. That's pretty well it. System, we've already talked. Your Digiline is how you connect with your operator and other Digimon, which is pretty cool. We're not going to go too deep into that. And of course, we had our missions that we talked about earlier. It's pretty cool. So, as you can see, it can be a little confusing, but not too bad. I just hope we don't run into a cutscene. Oh, yeah. Also, your Digimon follow you in this game, which is fantastic. See, certain Pokemon games don't do that. They just sort of like, yeah, whatever. You know, your Pokemon can follow you, or we're not going to allow it. Here, they follow you everywhere, which is really cool. Same thing with the analysis thing. It highlights things in the environment. Like that right there. I can grab that. Wow. And it had Aquamarine. Wow. And you also can talk to random Digimon in the environment. Like I said, I'm not very far in the game, but so far what I have played is a lot of fun. We're gonna try and go see some combat real quick. Also, you can Digiride. So, if you hit our... Well. Oh, there. Right bumper, you can ride your Digimon. Which is cool. Also, if you hit your menu button, you can see different places you can go. It's your map. or different places you can... It's a map, duh. But we're gonna go see if we can get some combat. Well, actually, we'll go over one more thing real quick, and then we'll jump into combat real quick.
Great.
Which this is... I don't know if this is gonna be a spoiler or not. But this is the in-between theater. This is kind of where you can do a couple more things that you can't just do from your Digivice. So I haven't exactly made it a whole lot farther, but this is kind of where you buy all of your stuff. Like, you can buy more heal caps or HP spray and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. This is a guaranteed vendor, so if you have the in-between, you can buy a lot of the current stuff from him. He also sells abilities as well, which is pretty cool. He also can sell upgraded versions of abilities, which is also really neat. Oh. I did not notice this. It's not on... I have it on auto, so... Anyway, I don't care. I would like to just get to my Digifarm and stuff like that. So you have 3 things. Or actually, you have 2 things. You have a Digifarm and outer dungeons. Now, the Digifarm is exactly what you think it is. The Digifarm is a place where you can put Digimon. And certain times, you can have them... Let me go and show off here. So this is my Tentomon. He's been in here a while. He has 2 things you could do. You can give him training, which gives a boost to certain abilities that he can learn. This is also great if you have, you know, a Digimon that needs a certain ability or a certain stat to Digivolve. You can put him in here and have him train. Now, it seems that the boosts seem a little odd because it's like a give and take, but, you know, it's not a super big deal, especially for me because, you know, just grinding that crap out. You can also feed them, which we'll go over real quick. So, you have different kinds of Digimeat, Digiapple, Digicarrot, Digibanana, Digifish, Digiprotein, and you can kind of try and figure out which one they like. Yeah, there you go. So Tentomon likes apples. The more apples you give them, the more it increases their bond, basically. Which their bond is important. You're going over the training. Let's go ahead and put him on training. So as you see here, he's going to sit here and he's going to train for a bit. Now, let's go ahead and add a Digimon, shall we? Let's throw in Vmon. So you can really place him anywhere. Vmon is in there now. You can also place islands, which is pretty cool. You can put them in different environments, like this. You can really change it to really what you want, which is pretty neat. You can also place items, which seems to be the... Yeah, so you can place items like that. And then edit mode, which I still haven't exactly figured this one out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Don't worry about me. So you can go and just leave the Digifarm. Really a place to boost stats and stuff like that. And also just let your Digimon hang out if you want to clear up some space in your box, basically. Now, the outer dungeons, I only have 3 so far. And, yeah. Say what you want. I'm really not going to go over these because they're 100% optional. You can either have them or you don't. For me, I got them for reasons that you don't need to know about. Anyway, we're going to leave the in-between theater. I really don't like the big bright light that it shows you. That sort of hurts my eyes. But here, let's get into combat, shall we? This is the Underground. This is a place where you can collect stuff and fight Digimon. At least, I'd hope so. Okay, yeah, here you go. Let's go ahead and get into combat real quick. Now, all of your Digimon's sort of stats and stuff like that, let's go over this whole thing real quick. So on your left-hand side, as you can see, you have your attack, skills, change, items, guard. You also have analysis, escape, and auto, and speed. Now, speed, you can adjust. This kind of cuts out all the animations and just gives you, like, raw combat, basically. Which is pretty neat. You can bring that down. You also have auto, which helps you auto-battle, which we're not going to do here because I don't want this guy to die right away because I want to show off some of the cool stuff. Guard. You can basically do that. It protects your Digimon and means they take less damage. Items you can use during combat, which is pretty cool. So, like the revival capsules and stuff like that, pretty neat. Also, if you use an item, it doesn't end the turn. So that means you can basically use an item and then have your Digimon attack. Analysis shows you, if you've already run into it, your scan rate, and his resistance legend, his attribute, and his elemental resistance, which you will discover over time. Finally, on to skills. You have your special skills and then attachment skills. As you can see here, I've got a couple things, but we're going to go ahead and use Fifth Cross. Show that off real quick. But all of these, I think pretty well any Digimon can use it. It just, you have to look at the sort of what it does. There are certain Digimon that are physical attackers, and there are certain Digimon that are magical attackers. Like, by Bayo Hackmon here, he is a physical attacker. Yeah. As you can see, his attack stat is attack, or his attack stat's higher than his SPI, or special attack. So, meaning that he is a physical attacker. If you take a look at the skills here, his primary skill, or special skill, is, or does, physical attack power. So if you ever want to get an idea of what a Digimon does, always look at their special skill, and it'll tell you if it does physical or magical. So, if you're looking for build information. So we're going to use Cross Fifth here, or Fifth Cross. Yeah. Now, the only attacks that get animations are the special attacks, or special attribute attacks. The hell? Oh. Yeah, it also tells you if you have Digimon that can Digivolve. Also, I forgot to mention, you always have a team of 3. Let's go ahead and swap out, well, we'll swap out in just a second. My favorite, obviously, if you've been on the channel for a while, of course, is Cubimon. It's the evolution of Renamon, in the show at least. I know that certain Digimon can have split evolutions and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. The animations are so much fun in this game. They're just tons of fun. Now, we're going to use Awoken Palm. Like I said, the only real big animations you get are from the from the special attribute abilities, which are pretty cool. Of course, you can, like, Digi Attack, which gives you a boost. Not boost, but gives you the first turn. Say, basically, if another Digimon attacks you, they get the first turn. Our boy here seems to be allergic to basic damage. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. This is also, like, if you're looking to grind a certain Digimon, this is the place to do it. Because, you know, each time you encounter a Digimon, you get, guess what? More data so you can convert them.
Great.
Also, if it's just one Digimon, which it varies from place to place.
There. You got it.
Oh, shit. Okay, did not expect that to happen.
Here I go! Foxtail Inferno!
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like the basics here of Digimon Time Strangers, more or less. I'm not gonna really go much further, simply because I also don't want this video to be an hour long.
Wow.
I guess if I miss something, I will add an addendum to this part of the video when I'm editing stuff. But right now I'm trying to think of everything that I could, in fact, be missing. I don't really have a whole lot of gripes with this game. I think that it's a lot of fun. If you like RPGs and monster collecting and not Pokemon, which seems to be an interesting thing
Good.
recently, is just the absolute fucking hate against Digimon. Not Digimon, Pokemon. My bad. So if you don't want to play the new Pokemon game, you can always play this game, because it's different. I don't know. I haven't played the new Pokemon yet, and I can't really make a judgment. I do plan on making a video on the new Pokemon game. So, get ready for that. Hope y'all are ready for that. Also, what you just saw is that certain abilities can double hit. So if you do a basic attack, sometimes it has the ability to double your attack, basically.
Everyone.
Also, every once in a while you get that regeneration mode, which if you're standing in one spot for a long period of time and you're safe from other Digimon, you don't have to, like, run all the way to the in-between or use health potions. It'll sit there and regenerate your SP and your HP until full. Let me show you real quick. See, I was missing a lot of SP, but now it's all back because of regeneration mode, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's neat. That definitely cuts down on the amount of times you have to run back and forth to places to, like, heal your Digimon and stuff like that. Also, I love the Digi-Ride mechanic. I think it's a lot of fun. Just because, you know, you can, whatever Digimon you have in your party that can, like, be rid or rode, you can. And it's pretty neat. And how you tell, if we go over to setup, if you see up there next to the current level, which my Digimon is level 28, it has a person riding what essentially looks like a unicorn. Yeah, that means you can ride your Digimon, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I think I've pretty well gone over everything. The story is also actually has me gripped, and I usually don't give a shit sometimes about the story because it's weird and convoluted. Here, I give a shit about the story. I'm not going to spoil Jack, but it has really great gameplay on top of a really interesting and intriguing story. Also, your operator, which is sort of like your handler, she gives you information about what happens, constantly reminds you that you're an orphan. Constantly. All the time. Whenever you talk to her.
Good.
So that's fun. But if you just want to straight up grind for Digimon, this is way easier without having to deal with some kind of catch mechanic. You can just literally, whatever you have the highest level for, boop, you've got it. I could definitely say I guess I haven't exactly hit that far into the game where I have to really, really grind for stuff. But early game is quite simple. And getting ahead is not that hard. At least, not for me at least.
Good.
at least I enjoy the grind. This is also coming from somebody who religiously plays Warframe, so that's got to tell you something. Let's do one more thing before we completely move on, or completely end. Let's straight up just murder these Digimon real quick. I just genuinely love everything about this game, and I think it's a lot of fun. I don't like the matter of fact that my Greymon, or Geo Greymon, doesn't have a whole lot of speed. Which kind of stinks. But oh well. But, yeah, I hope all of you liked watching me give my first impressions and kind of go over the basics of the game. And I guess I will see you all next time. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see y'all next time. And if you want to buy Digimon Time Strangers, it's on Steam, PS5, and Xbox. Link in the description for the Steam version, because this is the one that I'm playing on. With that being said, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now. Hey everybody, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate all of you for watching, and if you like what you see, hit the like button, and if you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get notified whenever a new video goes live, hit the bell notification. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.